अपने आइडिया के साथ प्यार में मत पड़ो. One important thing, the drone which is there in Three Idiots movie, it is the first product of this company. See, anybody will not invest in you $1 million on first day. The Angry Birds is actually was his 158th game, which let me tell you, I'm coming from Society for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, which is a technology business incubation center at IIT Bombay. I'm also alumni of IIT Bombay, and I've been involved with different ministries, maybe Ministry of Defense, IDEC. Then we did some Atal Innovation New India challenges, and basically we incorporate very early stage companies. So starting with incubation, importance of incubation, which we saw some few minutes ago, why it is important. So basically, जब हम लोग ये सोचते हैं कि अभी startup करना है, getting funding is the last step actually. So what needs to be understood is what exactly will be the first step. So incubation is basically a first step for that. And since last 15 years, Society for Innovations and Entrepreneurship, we have supported around 140 companies. Around a turnover, the total turnover of our whole companies are around 2,000 crores. And there is a small story I want to start with, just to pump up you guys. How many of us have seen the movie Three Idiots? How many? I think everybody of us. In fact, when I was in 12th, it was released. And that is the best memory from Nagpur I have when I watched that movie. So this is a real story which I want to share with you, and there are certain takeaways for us. And then we will come back to why incubation is very important. So in those days, I think 15 years back, there were these three entrepreneurs who decided to do a startup. So then what to do? I think cranking a device to charge your mobile phone was an idea which was quite popular in those days, and they thought of doing it, and they came up with a product, and eventually that product failed. Not exactly it failed, but so they got some input from the incubation center that there will be something called power bank in coming future, and people may not buy your product. So that is very important input which they got. And then they decided, after seeing the vision, okay, let's kill this idea for now and let us move ahead. Just mark these words, kill this idea for now, let's move ahead. Why this is important, I will let you know. Then comes our 3D movie. What is the best thing we remember about 3D movie? I think it is the drone. That's what we remember about 3D movie. So they decided to make a drone, and they could hardly make it because drone was then a very glamorous kind of a concept which world has never seen before, especially Indian ecosystem. So the drone which is there in Three Idiots movie, it is the first product of this company. So basically the 3D drone was not flown by Amir Khan, but it was flown by the CTO of this company which I am mentioning. And today that company is serving our Indian military forces and the many military operations. That drone has become now superficially, artificially intelligent and super drone, which gives a very important edge to our Indian army. And now that company has grown up, they have some 200 plus employees and blah blah blah, $1 million funding and all those things. I would like to highlight some points here. What are the takeaways from here? The first takeaway is, don't get in love with your idea. अपने idea के साथ प्यार में मत पड़ो. One important thing. Many a time, it's very important to listen to experienced people. That's where I think somebody was mentioning about the importance of mentor. So mentor will exactly tell you why this may fail. So don't get in love with your idea. People fail and they try it again. Recently, I met with founder of Angry Birds. So you will not realize, or you will not believe me, the Angry Birds was his 158th game which he created. So उसके पहले के 149 सब fail हुए, and 150th was Angry Birds, which made him $1 billion guy. So that is the one key takeaway. Don't get in love with your idea. Just take some inputs from a mentor and move ahead. This is the first thing. Second thing is, it is very important to have a initial infrastructure for that. So right now in our country, when you have an idea, I guess there were a couple of people, 2-3 people who spoke about their ideas. कि मेरे को ऐसा करना है, I want to do this. So what is the first step you should take? First step is you go and talk to incubation center, because that is the nearest possible way or a nearest possible guy who will hear you out. And then incubation center helps you in connecting with those mentors. See, we all understand that mentoring is important, but जो नया startup रहता है, he is not well connected to the industry. For example, if somebody is doing a startup on AI, it will be very difficult for you to find a proper mentor for that, because you are not connected to that industry. So what makes an incubation center important is they have their personal ecosystems, they have their personal connects, which will help you to move ahead. And then there will be different grants. See, anybody will not invest in you $1 million on first day. Just take it from me. Because they will definitely see, is it really investable? Has somebody invested in you first? I'm going to give you certain schemes which are actually live there right now, where we support startups, and people who are interested in entrepreneurship can please take a note of it. So first is, these are the real schemes which are supported by Government of India. So I'm coming from Nidhi Prayas Center at IIT Bombay. I'm heading that right now, and there are 10 such centers all over India. So first scheme is Nidhi Prayas, Nidhi, NIDHI dash PRAYS. You can please note it down. nidhiprayas.org is the website. We give 10 lakh per innovator every year, and we support 10 such innovators. So 1 crore of investment we do on very early prototype stage. So anybody of you working on a novel idea, which is somewhere related to a hardware startup or some technology-based startup, you can apply to that. So that is one scheme. Second is Nidhi EIR. So Nidhi EIR is a scheme which gives you 30,000 per month for 12 months. The same thing. So basically Nidhi EIR allows you to de-risk an important thing, that is a cash flow. So somebody who wants to just take a stroll first time on the streets of entrepreneurship, he may have to get out of that factor who is going to fund me. So 30,000 is given to you as a fellowship. So you can have those 30,000 per month for 12 months, and we provide all mentoring support. So this is not just for Sign IIT Bombay. There are 20 such Nidhi Prayas centers all over India. So you can apply to any of that. It is very helpful. Then recently I was also part of IDEX, that is Innovation for Defense Excellence, that is by Ministry of Defense. So Ministry of Defense has floated 11 challenge problems, and now it is on the second level where we have selected those startups, and we'll be funding 1.5 crore per startup to make it to prototype. And so the basic motto behind this is, we want startups to cater our nation. Most of your money is invested in procuring defense equipment. So if some of our startups can supply with that, so we will be happy. So that is the reason. Just two more things I want to, one is BIG, that is Biotechnology Ignition Grant. Anybody working in agricultural sector here, he can apply to that. The last date is 31st August. It is on now. That is a 50 lakh of grant support. And every year we keep on supporting 10 to 25 BIG grantees through our centers, and there are 15 to 20 centers all around India. I would be really happy to share with you that out of 30 such Nidhi Prayasis we have supported, almost 10 to 15 of them are already revenue generating, and they are in the 8-figure revenue. So I want you guys to be one of them, and definitely being a Nagpurite, I would definitely love to see some of the Nagpur guy applying to us. And at the end, I would just like to end it with a Harry Potter. You know what our Professor Dumbledore said? Help is given to those who ask for it and who deserve it. Thank you.